Hello everyone, my name is Adrian Georgescu. I come from the Netherlands. My company is AG Project. My core business is the deployment of SIP infrastructures for operators. I'm here to introduce to you today our free SIP service, which is called SIP2SIP.info. So SIP is a protocol standardized by the IETF. Its purpose is to establish and terminate SIP sessions. Today it's widely used for voice over IP. However, the protocol is agnostic with regards to which application runs SIP. So practically you can use it for more than VoIP, and today it's just used for VoIP most of the time, but SIP is not limited to VoIP. So you can use it for video, for instant messaging, for presence, for all kinds of applications. It's up to the endpoints to decide what the application is rather than the network. So it's important to understand how addressing is performed with SIP. So you need a SIP address to run a SIP application. It's in the form of an email address. It's really similar to that. You can actually use it at the same time, have the same address for SIP and email. However, most of the SIP services deployed today associate a telephone number with the application and also restrict it to VoIP only. And this is actually not good because it stops innovation when it comes to SIP because you're limited just to VoIP calls and just telephone numbers. Most SIP providers that advertise SIP actually just provide VoIP. And this lack of real SIP addresses and the transparency, meaning that you're not able to allow devices to talk whatever they want, but you're restricted to what the operator offers, which is namely VoIP, actually restricts what you can do with SIP today. So this is what we wanted to we wanted to make a change here to provide a transparent SIP service, meaning that we provide a real SIP address, which can be used by any SIP device to implement whatever session they want to implement in the device. So the features of our service is that, first of all, it's transparent for the endpoints. Transparent as opposed to, in the middle, being something that has to understand what you try to achieve in the endpoint. So if the endpoints want to talk, set up a game session between them, they could. We provide a publicly reachable SIP address. It's as reachable as, let's say, an email address would be, so everyone with a SIP-compatible application all over the world can reach it. Today we have many applications that have been tested, implemented, and supported. Actually, with minimum effort, you can support many others. Again, it's up to the endpoints what they implement. We provide this capability, which is very important. We facilitate the net traversal, so your devices, even if they're connected behind net, they are able to talk to each other. And there are many features we provide in the service, built into the service as primitives. And end users can access all the SIP settings and the call control logic in the web internet. What's interesting to notice is that most of the people who are using our service are using for stuff beyond VoIP. Stuff that has to do with video, with wideband video, with wideband audio, with presence in instant messaging. People who want to develop applications beyond VoIP, they use our service. The infrastructure behind is based on software we created. We have a self-organizing infrastructure based on a peer-to-peer model. We're able to scale indefinitely. We just draw a new server, we put it in the back. There is no need to monitor and troubleshoot anything. The whole thing is built into the protocol. So we offer two services. One is free for the end users. So it's allowing the end users to connect their own devices to talk between themselves or with the rest of the world, as long as it talks SIP. It's a free service, but no connection to PSTN or other paid services. And we also offer this in a wide-level fashion for operators that want to add SIP accounts and connect it to some other services they create and to bundle SIP account creation in their operation, in their product. We offer this as a white label. We have an easy way to provision accounts into the system. We have a SOAP XML API. This is designed for operators as opposed to end users, like you've seen Voxel platform. It's meant for end users. Everyone could upload their script connected to their phone number. In this respect, we have a provisioning API that allows operators actually to create SIP accounts for their own subscribers. There's a specification for how you do this, but it's very easy. A few lines of code, and you can actually imagine you have your own CRM system where you provision something for your users, like an email address and other data. You can, with just a few lines of code, you can create a SIP address for the same users. So, from the end user perspective, what's the experience? Practically, you can create a SIP account very easily with just one step. Then you can configure that SIP account into whatever SIP device you purchase from the market or software you can download. And it's also integrated with a SIP client we built that our company called build that is called Blink, and I'm going to demo to you right now. So if you want to have a SIP address, you use your web browser and search the sip2sip.info. Here you have a very short description of the service, and you just apply for a SIP address by filling out your name. I'll use for this purpose just a test name, Orange Lamps, and you need to provide a valid email address and a valid time zone, which is used for various routing purposes. Anyway, just click the submit button in this form, and what happens is that you will receive over email. You will receive over email the credentials for a SIP account, and if this works, then I hope to get an email very, very soon. So you receive the credentials of your newly created SIP account, which is actually a SIP address in the form of user and domain under sip2sip.info account. You get the password with it and instructions how to set it up for various devices. And you also have this web page where you can see which devices you have registered, and you can control various settings of your SIP account. You click on the link which is presented in the email. You'll introduce the SIP address that you have been provisioned with and the password you got in your email. And you can log in into your, let's say, control panel where you have access to information about your SIP account. So this is, you can see which SIP address do you have, what is the address of the proxy server. These are details you have to configure in your SIP device most of the time. I can also create an alias for me, so I can say Adrian, I don't know, just a number. You know, I can personalize the address. So I can add multiple aliases, no matter which address you call, like 22, this one, or this one. All these addresses together will reach the devices that I have connected to the service. In this case, there is no device yet, but I'll add one very soon. I'm able to control various settings in this control panel. Everything you see here actually can be accessed through that soft XML interface. So an operator could build a web portal that looks completely different, and the web portal can connect to our platform and it can be co-located someplace else. You can change things like call forwarding, what happens if I have no device online, if I'm busy, if I'm unavailable. I can control for whom I'm available in the form of user groups. I can define access lists based on time of day, so I can say after midnight, you know, only family or VIP persons call. So here in this interface, you can manage your contacts and so forth. And we have this nice integration with Blink, which is this SIP client I just mentioned. If you click on the link called Blink, you're able to download the software that we made, and you can either download it, or you can, in this case, I have already actually downloaded it before. I can configure Blink to use the account which was just created. So I will say configure Blink with this account. So I'm going to start Blink right now, which is the SIP client we built. So Blink started, and if you look here in the title bar, you can see actually the very account I just created before. It just started with it. It's automatically configured without any user intervention. So right now I'm able to make a test call, for instance. This is the test demo we play just to check how the software works. So now if I go back in the panel in the history, for instance, I can find this previous session I just made, 3333, the number I just called. And practically, I'm able to connect multiple devices to the service, not just Blink. So again, this is not confined to the software. You can add any SIP device to this SIP account, as long as you put the credentials, the user password, and the server name, you put it into the SIP device. Then you will see here in this list not just Blink, but also the other device, and our service is able to forward any request for your SIP address to all the devices you have, and it will work behind that. And everything works very, very clean. In order to make this happen, we have this infrastructure behind, and again, if this takes off, we're able to scale it up indefinitely using our infrastructure. We plan to actually provide this in a bundle, the service with the software client that we today built just for Mac, but we'll have a release for Windows and Linux soon, so this will be bundled and we'll offer it to service providers that wish to roll out a Skype-like service. And this is the demo.
That's great.